So, hello everyone, and welcome back to Nicole Myths, Astrology and Tarot. These are the full moon and Capricorn Goodbye Shadow secret code name readings. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the secret code names, they are booked by individuals via my Etsy shop. All right, the link for that is in the description. Once an individual purchases the reading, they get their secret code name. I say, hey, I got you. Your secret code name is... And in this case, the secret code name is Caboose. All right. They know that this is their personal reading. The beautiful thing about these secret code names is that you can resonate to a secret code name in divine time. And the chances are there is a message in there for you. Okay. So thank you to Caboose for being a part of this event and allowing other people to partake in it with you. You are much appreciated. Okay. So today, I'm using my Night Sun Tarot and my Shadowscapes Tarot to get an idea of what the shadow is and how Spirit, the universe, is helping you get rid of it. Okay, so what the actual scenario looks like. With that said, Spirit, please, for secret codename Caboose and those who would resonate to it in divine time, what is the shadow that we are saying goodbye to? Wow, Ace of Cups, King of Cups, Page of Cups. Look at the imagery on this. Hold on a second. Look at this. You've got this beautiful Ace of Cups energy, right? A cup filled with love and life and beauty, overflowing, radiating light. And then the hand goes up. Nope, stop. Stop, wait. And then we get the love hoarder. No, this is my cup. You can't have it. Okay. So the shadow would be knowing that you have lots of beautiful love to give, but being afraid of trusting anybody with it. Okay. Being afraid of trusting anybody with it. I understand why people are afraid to trust people with their love. Okay. Because we give our love, our best love, our most beautiful, radiating love to people, and they completely take it for granted, and or they don't return the same quality or depth of love in return, which over time can put people on edge and make them very afraid to give it. However, the only way to actually ever get that love in return is to be willing to give it. Okay. You got to be willing to give it, because if you're constantly afraid of giving that level of love, you will always hold back, which will always put whoever you're interested in on edge, because they know you're holding back. They won't know why you're holding back. They'll know that you have potential to give more, because people are intuitive and they will feel it and they will sense it. And they will become nervous. They will become nervous and be afraid to give you their best. Okay, they'll be afraid to give you their best. So this might be a shadow that you've been dealing with for a while, even if you've been in a long-term relationship, because you could say, well, I've given my best, I've given my best, I've given my best. But if you hold back sometimes, if you become afraid sometimes, if you become distrusting sometimes, even in long-term relationships, and you hold back in any way, you know, like, I don't know if I can give you this, I don't know if I can give you this, and it's a constant back and forth inconsistency, it creates tumultuous relationships, right? It creates tumultuous relationships. So what does the healing of this look like, please, Spirit? For secret codename Caboose and those who would resonate to it in divine time, how would Spirit, how would the universe have this heal for you? All right, clarities, please. Six of Cups on bottom. Queen of Pentacles on top. Universe is going to end up sending you a sacred soulmate who fucking deserves to receive. They deserve to receive. To hold back your best love from this person would be a mistake. It would be a mistake, okay? So, we've got the Fool card, a leap of faith clarified by the World card. It's a leap of faith on closing the cycle, right? The beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega type energy, all right? If you're going to move forward, then you have to take a chance on closing something out, all right? If you're going to move forward, then you have to take a chance on closing something out. You have the divine present with you. There are doves in these cards. There is growth potential in these cards, but you have reached a peak in whatever lesson you're moving through and are now moving into the next chapter. Okay. The Two of Swords is clarified by Temperance. And the Two of Swords here, there's a swan and then the heart on a red thread. And then the cloaked figure with the dual swords. And it's the swan that is protecting the heart space from being cut, right? It's the grace and the flow and the surrender. The swans always remind me of Archangel Haniel. And the Temperance card, okay? Because if you look, it's almost as if the branch here continues up this way, right? And the Temperance, or the yin and yang alchemist energy, is there at the top. There's a reason why. There's a reason why the grace and flow of things is tempering what would otherwise be your shadow that wants to cut the string. Cut the sacredness of the soulmate, right? To cut them out. There's multiple swans here. In fact, there's two of them. There's one in front and one from behind. It's about love and beauty and gratitude. Like this one is wearing bells around the neck, which are indicative of angels, and offering a flower. It's offering a flower. There's even a tiny hummingbird here, which is all about the sweetness of life and joy, right? The symbolism of these things. This is about what the focus is on. When the shadow wants to cut love out, it's about focusing on the moment. It's about not taking things personal. It's about bringing in your angels, calling them in to help you when you know that your shadow is itching inside your head and trying to start its bullshit, and remembering the joy and the beauty of things in the now moment. That's not a repeat of the past because you're with a new person. See, that's that Temperance angel energy. She's got wings behind her and the halo. This is about remembering the beauty of your will and your intuition when they work together, because you would sense right from the gate that this person deserves the best, and yet still fear that they're the same as everybody else, which is the lie, right? That's the shadow. That's the lie that says, nope, hold on. I know I have all this beautiful love that I'm capable of, but wait, I'm gonna hoard my love. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it for myself. When you don't have to do that with this person. You don't have to do that with this person. We got the Four of Swords clarified by the King of Swords. If you need to take a moment to separate your energy, even if it's just 4 minutes, 4 hours, 4 days, you can choose to separate yourself and address the shadows that are going on in your mind. You can have those conversations with yourself that remembers that you're wounded and that you're not going to bleed on anyone who didn't cut you. That you're not going to bleed on someone who didn't cut you. The King of Swords is analytical, but not from a realistic, mundane perspective so much as it's a higher perspective. They analyze the higher perspective, the mirror. This person in your reality might be genuine and just want to love you. Well, because you're genuine and you just want to love you. And to push them aside or cut them out or need a break from that energy, you got to ask yourself, why do you feel the need to push the part of you in the outer experience reflecting back of your inner, right? That why would you push the aspect reflecting to you your best qualities away and say no? Right? Why would you push it away and say, no, I don't deserve my best. I don't deserve to have my best reflection. That's really the conversation that this entails. Why am I pushing this person away? They've never hurt me. They're reminding me of something that hurt me once, maybe. But they're not that person, though. And I can let them know this. Like, hey, I know that you're not this person that was once in my life. But when you said that, it triggered me and put me back in a place that reminded me of where I used to be. And it made me really uncomfortable. So if we're going to continue forward, you need to understand, I can't do that again. I don't want to be reminded of that, respectfully. Because every time that wound gets brought up, I need to retreat and readjust my thinking and remind myself you're not the same person when you're acting like the same person. And that's difficult for me. It's going to get increasingly more difficult for me every time I have to do that. So please, if you can, hold some compassion and understanding, because I left a previous situation that didn't feel good. And if I'm keep being reminded of it and it looks the same and feels the same, and it's triggering me the same, it's because it probably is the same, and I'm going to end up leaving the situation too. So if I'm the person you want to be with, please respect the fact that I have a wound that I don't want to rip open on you because you don't deserve to be bled on. You know what I mean? Have those conversations. The Ace of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles here is about you being really inspired to start a fresh foundation, possibly in a new home, possibly being on your own. It might be nerve-wracking, okay, because the Nine of Swords is here, right? As soon as you're on your own, it's fucking scary as shit. It's scary as shit. You moving in with someone else might be scary as shit further down the road. You just got to remember this Queen of Cups energy that is deep. Even the sea turtles, like, they flow in the current. They flow in the currents. When you're caught up in your head, with this Nine of Swords energy, and the chaos is going fucking nuts, right? Storm clouds in the mind swirling all over the place. And you're afraid to take an action. Remember how freeing it is to love yourself and allow your best reflections to be a part of your reality. If someone's not going to reflect the best of you back to you, then they don't need to be in your reality. You know what I mean? It's very simple. I'll give a great example. You know, someone could be really interested in you, but maybe you have an issue with people who drink. Maybe you've had an issue in past relationships with your dad or men in your life that were supposed to love you that were alcoholics, and you really do not like the idea of falling for someone or being with someone who drinks. You can be really real with this person and be like, listen, like, you can be whoever you want to be. That's perfectly fine and acceptable. But relationship wise, I cannot be with someone who drinks. It's really deeply upsetting for me. It brings me right back to the repeat of every other relationship with men that I've loved in my life that have failed. I will not cross that line with myself and romantically involve myself or fall in love with an alcoholic. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have serious conversations, and people are either going to respect your boundary or they're going to keep their own. You know what I mean? Like, if someone were to be an alcoholic and they were to continue to pursue you after you've had that conversation, or come on to you drunk, or text you while they're drunk, it's going to be extremely off-putting. And you're going to save yourself a lot of drama by not being with them, because they obviously don't respect or hold compassion for your wounds, to be mindful of their addiction and or letting go of it if it's not an addiction and it's just strictly a choice, you know. As an example, if you have history and dynamics with people who get loud and scream, and it really upsets you when people get loud and scream or volatile, you can't be in a relationship with that person. They're gonna have to know it's a deal breaker. They're gonna have to know it's a deal breaker. Be like, listen, like, respectfully, if you want to be with me, if that's genuine that you want to be with me, you can't get volatile or loud with me. Because the day you get volatile or loud, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna off-put me so bad that I won't want to be with you anymore, and I will leave. And they're gonna have to know from the gate. And they could choose who they want to be. And you're gonna have to choose to stick to your guns, or repeat whatever harsh karmic shadow that you're saying goodbye to with this energy, right? If you've got a lot of love to give and your shadow holds back and says, no, I can't give it, it's because you probably didn't set clear, healthy boundaries from the beginning on what is and is not acceptable to you. And as things come up, you have to be comfortable discussing, hey, you know, I've never had this issue before, but after this entire situation, I'm not willing to have it again. I'm not willing to have it again. And you absolutely do have to be okay with or without somebody on your own, so that you don't ever feel locked in, right? So that you don't ever feel locked into a situation you don't actually want to be in anymore. And you don't have to be afraid that way, because your energy, you've claimed yourself as a sovereign being, that nobody else's energy can affect yours if you say so. If you say so, no, you can't affect my energy, and that's the line I've drawn, then they can't. You won't let them. It's taking your power back and having no one have control or power over you. It's really empowering. It's nervous, nervous to get there, right? Sometimes we have a lot of nerves getting there. It's scary. But once we claim it and achieve it, it's the most empowering feeling in the world. And that's what Spirit in the universe is pushing you towards. Being able to set really healthy boundaries and speak up for yourself, and hold firm to those lines once they're drawn. Because anybody who's willing to cross your lines, why would you want to be with that person? Respectfully, because you're going to consider someone else's lines and not cross their lines, right? You love someone, you're going to consider them. You're not going to cross their lines. You're going to do your best to give them the best experience that they can have with you. So if you want what you give, set healthy boundaries. And if people cross those lines, respectfully let them go. They are not cut from the same cloth you are. They're not the same energy. If you're in your light, then that's the shadow. You're not the same. Make sure you attract what you are. by cutting out the things that are not of like energy to you, right? So with that said, I hope that helps. This is secret code name Caboose. Let me know in the comments if it resonated with you. Drop a like and check out the video by Crowder called Crushing Snakes here on YouTube. It is excellent. It was the inspiration for the cover photo for all of these readings. It's an excellent song. All right. And I will catch you next time. Take care.